Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to Rogue blowing his fucking nose as I start the podcast.
Sorry, I got the COVID-19, don't I? How about I do that?
No,
You can do it.
no.
Hey.
DJ, you do it well.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 5 of Avocation to Climb. We are back, hitting you once a month loosely, and boy, do we have some interesting bullshit to dive through today. If you did listen to our last episode, then you'll know we talked all things GTASC. If you didn't, I'd suggest you go back, because one of the things these three dudes basically laid their life down and said they would never do this competition again. They would never do it again, ever. That means never. They would not enroll, they would not play, they were done. They were champions, they'd moved the fuck on. Anyway, we approach week 4 or something. It just happened to be looking on the site full of degenerate Xboxes that you'd all know, the true achievements. And what do I see but Avocation to Climb GANKERS. We're right up the top of the board with our friendly here, our host, Mephisto for the win and Rogue 1992. And then I look further down and see MadeyePadEye in this Cookie Sucks team as well, with his, well, I don't know, our friends, I assume, 2 names, 06 and 4's Bald Eagle. So I have no idea what's going on, but I'm sure we're going to get into that today. I'm going to give my team a shout out, because just having listened to the pre-talk for this show, I realize we're so far out of our fucking depth, it's not funny. But I will shout it out, Redbeard Rick and Iron Styling on you, bro. We were never going to win, but I can assure you from the last 20 minutes of what I heard, we're lucky to even be on the dance floor at this point. But
You're not on the dance floor anymore yourself, though.
no, I took myself off, sir. How are you all tonight? Let's start with you, Rogue. How are you going?
I'm good, thank you. Very up and down day, but coming up well now. Better that we're here and raw and ready to go.
I'm fantastic, thank you, CJ. Good to be back.
Madeye from the other side of the world.
Yeah, I'm smashing, mate. I'm great.
Good. Okay, well, look, I've got to ask the question. You all went on the record that you wouldn't play. So what changed? Did you all know? Had you all set it up that you were going to play, and that was just a total decoy, or what's going on?
I've not played. I've just not played competitively, and I'm still not playing competitively. I'm just in a team with some local friends. We drink beers and we see what score we can get for the week, and that is literally it. These 2 idiots, they've done me dirty.
Okay, well, look, I'll take the reins for a second, Meph. So, did you guys know that you were going to do this, or was this a last-minute spur-of-the-moment thing, or what?
Well, to be honest, when we recorded, it was, for me, I wasn't going to do it. Never doing it again. Couldn't do it competitively. It's too much. And, yeah, now here we are.
Right, so I'll break it down what happened, because he's not going to go into it properly. You guys said joinings were over. Admissions, or whatever the fuck they call it, was over. Oh, fair enough, sir. I whipped on the computer, had a bit of a squiz, and saw entrance is still open. I thought, fuck it, you know what? I'll shoot Meth a message, or shoot someone else a couple of people a message, see if I can get them on there, just to do a little bit of advertising for the podcast. I mean, we're not going to do this. We're not going to go for it properly. It's a load of arsehole work, and I just can't be bothered. So, message Meth about 10 o'clock that night, maybe 16 hours before the cutoff.
It was a little bit more, probably.
It wasn't much more.
No, it wasn't much more, but yeah.
It was literally on the line.
It was the day.
That's how we ended up with our teammate. We had about 4 hours to grab somebody. We just grabbed anyone we could possibly grab at that point. But
So are you trying to say that you didn't want to pick up Irish? Is that what you're
it's
saying?
not that I didn't want to pick up Irish,
Oh,
but
good.
I'd rather pick up a lump of wood.
No, like that. No, Irish is good. He's made
Yeah.
final last year. Good scorer.
Irish was a baller.
I mean, if he preloaded 10k last year, they would have won.
Well, yeah. But that's
that
another
doesn't
story.
mean the other team may have put up more score.
I mean, from what I heard, it was that bad. The one guy went on vacation on the Thursday.
Yeah, but that's like our
It
second
just happened to
win
also
with
be
Redemption.
someone that was banned from the competition for being a cheater. Or banned from TA for being a cheater.
That's a bit of double standards, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say
Actually.
you can't really talk about that, can you? Trying to get
What?
someone on your team.
I put in my hey.
Uh,
I was advertising the show. What
Yeah,
better to
and
advertise the show than someone everybody's going to look straight at? And what
yeah,
happened?
and
The show got 10 ton of advertisements.
I don't know the ins and outs of what happened, and I don't
What's
need
that
to
show
know.
called? The one from the advertising show.
Gruen?
What's that?
Is that
No,
show?
the one, the CNN show.
Oh, I don't know.
It's not CNN show. The fucking HBO show. The
I'm
fucking
from the UK. I don't watch you
smoke.
US stuff, man.
They sell the cigarettes, so the advertise. I don't know. I've never watched it, but it's like meant to be a big show. Anyway, the point of the matter is, it worked. We got prime real estate advertising on blogs, on messages, on forums, on YouTube videos. Happy fucking days!
But yeah, you are a marketing genius. You are.
Thank you.
Okay, so look, we're all filling each other out at this point, but I'm gonna take the leap in or whatever else, because it looks to me like it's a little bit more serious than, you know, advertising the show or a bit of a laugh. I mean, you were talking all this preloading garbage and stuff like this. So, Meth, you know, and I know you're treading carefully here. You're potentially going to move into witness protection from your family, depending on how this episode goes down the track. But you know, you're going to preach to me here that it's all just a bit of a laugh, but it's starting to look like it's not so much of a laugh. So.
Oh, it's GTASC's never a laugh, CJ. It's that's the problem with it. It's, at least for me, it's kind of serious, all in or nothing. I think I said that last show. So I couldn't really. I think I said I couldn't do it again because I don't think I could commit properly. Because for me, my mindset is all in or nothing. And in this one, I think because we signed up, you know, because the sign-ups are so late, because all the, you know, because we got a teammate that's not really, what would you say, Rogue? Doing the best team plays. I think anything
I
close
don't think I'm that bad of a teammate.
not you. I think anything close to just making the finals would be pretty good at this point, and I think that's a decent goal because there's a lot of teams trying to do well. So to be in the top 5 would be pretty good, I think.
Especially when teams have been doing this for a year. We've literally turned up 4 hours before cutoff and was like, fuck it, we'll have a swing.
And the thing is, it's changed a lot. Obviously, I think we spoke about it last show as well, but it's changed a lot since we did it. Like when we did it, it was save your easy games and preload what you can. Now, like the easy games do nothing for you, so it's pretty much full on preload. So it's very different. And yeah, I don't think we have the time to preload enough to win, especially with only the 2 of us preloading. Like Irish is a really good scorer, and you know the guy tries hard, but I don't think he can really get his head around the preloading thing, which is fine. Not everyone can do it. I understand that. So you know, hopefully he can score enough to get us close to final week, and then me and Rogue's preloads can get us the rest of the way, and that's that.
I don't agree with you can't get your head around preloading. It's just stopping before you pop an achievement. Just get to the end and stop. It's not hard to understand.
If you knew how to do that, you wouldn't have put up 45k in the final week. Yeah, we would.
No, don't say that. That's not fair because we used Paddy to
No.
drop points the week before. So
Paddy
don't
dropped 150k in 2 weeks.
So don't like.
Yeah, no, Paddy was brilliant that week.
Yeah, he was.
No, I don't mind you giving me shit, Rogue, because that's part of our relationship.
True.
Yeah.
But
Paddy are good.
I'm just going back to the whole not knowing how to preload. I understand that it can be hard to get your head around not wanting to finish a game. That's the hard part. Not popping an achievement
I find the hardest part is knowing what's worth preloading.
Yeah, but that's
because,
what he's got you to there.
Out of the game for a long time, though.
I've got fucking people messaging me and they're like, "Oh, this game's probably a good." And I'm like, "It's 7 TA and it takes 16 hours."
Yeah,
that's anti-champ messaging me telling me this is a good game. It wasn't.
Just...
It was like an hour or 2. It was like 7 TA.
The thing about Irish is, like, he's a really huge scorer, and he pretty much single-handedly got his team last year to finals, pretty close to it. Obviously, he had some decent teammates and some bad ones as well. But the guy's got like over 1.5 million gamer score. So, and all he's really known is blasting points. So it's hard. Like, at least we've preloaded before. Like, I kind of get it, and I know it's not for everybody. And if whatever he can do, but he's not going to be able to preload enough to get us close to first place. And Rogue and I can't do enough either. There's just teams that are too well organized, and we'll give it our best. Rogue and I are going to give it our best because that's what we do. But our best, I don't think, is going to be enough. And hopefully, just top 5. I think that'd be good. Rogue and I, and yourself, Paddy, were all listed in the top 20 GTASC players of all time not that long ago, and that.
I think Paddy was hard done by on that list.
I said that actually. I said that in the comments.
That list was a load. That list was a load of shit.
I didn't even see the list, so I haven't got a clue what that list is about.
And other people shouldn't even have been on that list. People that don't sort of leave starting villages in Neverwinter, but somehow have max completion in Neverwinter, compared to people that are putting up 400k in gamer score, 400k in preload.
I can only talk from experience. That sometimes, especially in the field that I'm in professionally, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know, as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, I haven't seen this list, so this is the first thing I've ever heard of it. And if someone's telling
on
me
your friends list, aren't you friends with Jimbot?
Yeah, but I don't
scour. Jimbot's
I
blog.
I don't scour TA all the time. I've got a life outside of TA. Even though he's pretty much. No, I'm not saying that. But
can he say that when the people he goes drinking with are TA people? Can he see as a life outside of TA?
If you look at my
TA people he drinks with,
if you look at the two people that are on my team, they are not. They like to get gamer score, but they're not really gamer score heavy people.
The term is just for fun.
Yeah.
Which is what our team is. Our teams are just for fun team.
Oh, I'm not debating that whole thing. I was talking about this list, and you said that. I just basically said that I don't. I'll go on TA.
You've won it previously. You've done a load of work. You should not. No, it's not this year. It was all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all I'm going to say
is the problem, Maddeye. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but
trying to give the guy a compliment, and this is what we get in return.
I was 5th in this list.
Yeah.
Of top 20. Rogue was 6th.
I should have been higher.
Right.
And
okay.
You were 12th, which I think is not fair when we all did it together. Okay, we won. We got to one final without you that year with Handy Darkness and Seth and that. But that's not enough to have 6 places difference.
Am I gonna because I haven't seen this list. Let's have a look. Right. Let me think of who might be on this list without even looking at it. So I'm probably gonna say, obviously, Jimbot's probably put himself in there in the mix.
Yes,
probably
third.
top 5. I'm not third, and then his 2 teammates.
I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah. So you've obviously got Redemption, and if he hasn't put Redemption number 1.
Well, he has.
I don't.
So
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Redemption's number 1. That I agree with that. Right. So then you've got people that have been a mainstay. I'm not saying they've won a lot, but they've year in year out played it. So maybe is Oriel in the top 10?
Oriel's not in the top 10.
He's 13th.
Is Oriel in the right? Okay. So I beat Oriel. Okay. Is that because he's never won it? I'm presuming.
No, Oriel has won it.
Has he? Oh yeah, because he won it with
Seth.
Yeah, and
Crouton.
Name. That's it.
Crouton.
I was thinking of Crouton.
Was Emerald Axe not on their team that year?
No.
So he's like, is someone like Nutty Ray on there?
Yeah.
Yes.
11th.
Yeah. 11th. Right. Okay.
One ahead of you.
I'm trying to think. What? Again, that might be mainstay, but I don't care because I'm not. I don't do it for. I do it for shits and giggles. I don't do it.
Yeah,
for
I know that. No, I know that.
I'm just trying to think of who.
I thought, why are we? I know why we're like me. You deserve to be with us, really. Okay, so you there one year you didn't drop as much in the final, but we used you in the semi-final. But that seems like it's counted against you in a way.
To be fair, you got to look at it like this here as well. I tell you what, I'm more surprised about this. We got 5th and 6th. That's Redemption and Jimbot's 3 teammates and 1 other person. I was kind of surprised that we were classified that high, not doing it for 5 years.
Yeah,
True.
but you have to think is we were the obviously Redemption
Pinnacle.
did preload.
Pinnacle.
Yeah. It's like trying to say that I'm not going to try and say that you're Jordan because you're not. But you're like Irving or something like or you're not even.
I'm Pat Riley.
I'm trying
I've
to
already
talk.
said this. I'm Pat
I'm
Riley.
trying to talk about basketball terminology and stuff like that. But I'm not a massive.
I'm Pat Riley. I
basketball
build the
fan.
teams.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention gamer tags because some of these people I don't even know, but the person in 10th has been in a finals 6 times.
I've never heard of them.
6 times finalist. So do you think that's better than 2 wins?
But then it all depends.
Then you've got Sniped by a Girl, who obviously has done GTASC a lot, and no wins, 3rd twice, and solo finals 3 times.
Okay, so is
So
Damo
is that
in
better
there?
than 2 wins? No.
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 Well, that's
Not in top
they've also
20.
got 23rd best TAD score.
Yeah, but that's one random
MadeyePadEye's got the 34th best score.
ever.
Yeah. So I mean, and that was when you didn't go for that type of score.
That's true.
Yeah, but when we were doing it, there weren't games that were 100 like 15, 16,000 TA that you could drop that you've been playing for 3 months.
No.
There weren't games like
Not
that.
really. No.
You the most amount you could probably drop in a game was what, 1.5, 2?
3K.
If wow,
Maybe at best.
three was like really good, wasn't it? But I mean,
Well, you said the most.
yeah.
To be honest, it's a pretty solid list. But as your teammate, I think you're a little bit harshly done by.
There's a few people on that list I
appreciate
can
that,
say that deserve to be on that list. Few
It's just
people.
it's a regular love fest here, Paddy. You know, like I wish you were up the top of the list as well, but you know, suck it up, so you're not. So look, we're going to move on. It sounds like this guy has done a wonderful job of triggering someone with his self-made list. So I
mean, we have
hat
six.
to you,
We have
sir.
6 gankers in the top 20, and there really should be a 7th. So we basically have a third of the leaderboard of the best players.
Okay, look, I want to ask you here because we're going to
First,
get
5th, and 6th position.
we're getting deep in the weeds here anyway. But we didn't talk about this last time, probably because I didn't realize it existed. But now we're into this or whatever. Every week there are bonuses. How important are these? Like, are you guys actually going for these? I haven't looked it up or whatever. Or is this important strategy?
I'd say they're crucial to an extent.
That's an oxymoron.
Fuck
Crucial
off.
to an extent.
They are, though. They are crucial. But if it comes to the point where you've got to completely change your habits, say you've got to earn 0-point achievements, they're not worth it.
It suits Irish. The
Yeah.
bonuses suit Irish because he likes scoring. And they're
Unless
generally...
he overscores in a week and makes the next week really hard.
Well, that happened. But,
i.e. week 2.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know how you're going, Paddy, with your bonuses. Because you're only for funsies, but are you
I've
getting them?
Personally, I've hit every single bonus stipulation. Just because I'm using it as, that might be interesting for me to actually do to make me game slightly different from the way I've gamed for. That's one of the reasons why I'm in GTASC. Because last year when I played GTASC, I pretty much was my team's backpack. We didn't do it competitively, but I used it as a platform to score more. Because the way I score and have done for the last 4 years is pretty much pathetic in the eyes of a competitive or like anyone. I don't chase score that much anymore. I use a competition to chase score, do it for a month or whatever, and then stop.
Yeah.
So I've been using these bonuses as like, that will give me something to play.
Kick up the ass.
Yeah, basically. And then my teammates were like, you've got a free achievement. I was like, yeah. And then one of them did the exact same free achievement I did. And then the other one just went, fuck it. Said he was going to do it. But again, I'm not angry about that. I think regarding your question, are bonuses important? Yes, they are. But only if they don't jeopardize that week. If they're going to screw you over, don't even bother. If you're going to have to drop 10 more K, say, especially later on, when stupid ones come up like, at least it's not like 20 weeks in and they go double your score from the previous week. And you've put 15K up and then you've now got automatically put 30K up. Don't waste the 15K.
We had that week too. We had to score 55K.
Yeah, but that's
thanks to somebody.
And you did it, yeah?
I did it. I put the team on me fucking back.
It was just TA, so we spent a day each dropping easy games. Like,
right,
it didn't matter. So yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
But-
but if it was Tad,
It would have been
That
a
would-
huge problem.
yeah,
yeah,
it would have been like, don't bother with it.
it
Yeah.
probably would have been.
Well, you wouldn't want to burn through all that preload or easy score that would keep you afloat the following week. You know,
No, you would.
the thing with the GTASC is you've got to try and find games that you can play actively that will get you points, but preload at the same time. So you want something that's not too easy, is in like completion wise, the amount of people that have played it, but not too hard unless you're a masochist and you want to play hard games like I Am Fish. You should go play that. You'll get battered.
Fuck
And
off.
what do you mean? You
Fuck's
won't do it?
sake.
Or are you trying it?
Battered.
Fish.
Yeah.
Nice joke.
He walked into that one. But see, look, I want to ask you this though, because you've already talked a lot about preloading and all this sort of stuff. So the bonuses, every week. So I'm relating it to the True Trophy one, but I think it's basically the same on the achievement side. We have a bonus, or maybe it's different. You can tell me. So on the True Trophy side, we have a bonus for teams of the team that earns the most trophies, the team obviously that wins the period overall on the difference or whatever else, and then also the bonus for whatever the weekly bonus is that everyone can potentially earn. So there's 3,000 points for us. So I think they're 1,500 for you guys on your side a week on offer there. For the PlayStation side, they're going to be very valuable, hugely valuable, because the preloading is not, as big a thing by any stretch.
Why?
But for you guys that are preloading, there's many reasons. One of the things, and you guys wouldn't be
DJ can
familiar-
literally win this comp no problems if he just sort of woke up in the morning.
Well, the
sounds
funny thing is, like, we're gonna win via the bonuses, I think, because we haven't missed a bonus or whatever else, and we always win the most trophies because those two guys are degenerate nothings as well, like myself. And we started to play some skilled games, shock horror, so we're starting to climb up there too. But the because the preload is not so much on the PlayStation side, the bonuses are going to play a huge effect in the final week.
Yeah.
I assume when we drop 20,000, 30,000 in bonuses or whatever we've accrued every single week. But for you guys, it's not gonna. Is it going to be as big a thing though if you're carrying so much preload as well?
Every little helps. Every little helps.
What you're talking about, like leading the week and most achievements and things, there's a few more that we get than you guys get. And at the moment, I don't think they're that important because there's so many teams in. It's so hard you have to use so much to try and win a period at the moment. So those kind of bonuses, now we're not even thinking about them. Not even. Maybe towards the end we will a bit more because it's because right now you got people, just teams that aren't even trying, and someone dropped 1,000 achievements the other day, and you're like, well, they're going to win most achievements because that's just stupid. Like a proper team can't do that. Like they shouldn't be doing that anyway. It's just not worth the 1,500 you get. So there are teams that are semi-competitive that are trying to win each week. Like I can see that, and they're getting a few of those 1,500s. But in the long run, I think it hurts you at this point more than helps you, because it's only 1,500. I think a team of 3, you could use your time better to preload more than 1,500 in that time. At the moment, maybe down the line when you're going to have to score a lot, you can think about it a bit more. But for now, we're not worrying about them at all.
Yeah, that leads into the next thing, because obviously on the PlayStation side, and I know there'll be some people that listen because they're doing the True Trophies event, and we are going to kill you if you are one of those people. But anyway, carry on listening or whatever else. And one of the problems is because we have all those stacks or whatever, so you can play 5-minute games for an hour, and I think we've been averaging between 2,000 to 3,000 trophies between the three of us a week, not really spending much time just playing all these stacks. So that takes the the trophy side out of it or whatever else. And the overall score, though, is more of an issue for us, because I wonder sometimes if they're using too much as well, but, they can do whatever they want. But I wanted to ask you about that, because I see, on the top of the achievement boards, there's some massive scores each week. There has been. Are these people just they don't give a fuck? They're just burning out in 1 or 2 weeks, do you think? Or is this sustainable?
They get I don't know about the trophy side, but on the Xbox side, they get interviewed each week if you're first. And a lot of people want their name in lights. I mean, it's all good. It's all if you haven't got there, good on you if you've managed to get there for once. I'm not trying to be a cunt, but when we were doing it, it was sort of it was every week, and it was sort of just. I mean, I don't think Planty wanted to talk to us at the end.
There was no interviews when we did it.
No, we got interviewed a few times. We got interviewed a number of times.
Maybe when you were doing it with Oriel and Seth in
Seth.
the
Well,
final year.
It
But
could
that
have
was
also
something
been
that was
when we
never.
did it with Seth, we won about 8 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And
come
I mean,
on,
we
who
had
wants to talk
everything
to you for
basically
8
for 8
weeks?
weeks straight. Yeah, I mean, at the end it was just
Yeah.
like I don't even know if we was I don't know if they were just asking questions of the second place team, or we just stopped sending messages in because it was like, where do you go? I've told you my life story. You know me bank account numbers. I've told you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I look at these guys like here now, even tonight, like 23,000 in what I suppose we're getting towards the end of this period, 21,000, 21s to 17s. It's quite a lot at this time. Like, I mean, not all of them are going to win. It just seems like a huge amount to be burning out. And I know, and I assume this is happening on the Xbox side as well. Ikemenz is on our team. He double platinum. Thank God for PlayStation with our double plats, auto pops. The Among Us or whatever it is, that game you can boost or whatever. And of course, it was worth a ridiculous amount because it had just come out or whatever. That's going to crash pretty hard over the thing. So I don't know if that's what these people are doing as well to have these numbers. But
Well, when you've got games like Halo that are throwing out stupid numbers, you'll die next week in decay. That's what a lot of teams are doing as well. They're playing the brand spanking new games, and you basically just committing suicide next week.
yeah,
You can't cover that.
See, I want to ask you three about that because you have more experience with this. One of the things I've noticed now that I'm following the Xbox side a bit more is obviously TA has a lot more members tracked and active than the True Trophy site does. Now, that also has caused huge inflations on a lot of games. You also have Game Pass. But, when we talk about games, like it's not unusual for some of these games to be worth 20,000 that are way overinflated, I'm sure. They'll probably be down under 5 or 3,000 within a week or two. On the PlayStation side, an over rated game might be worth 3,000. There's not much. Anything at 10,000 is really 10,000. Like,
Yeah.
there just isn't enough people to push the numbers that far, and so the swings are less, if you like. For
Well,
us.
the big problem
on
with
that side.
Xbox is this: like, you get someone was mentioning this to me yesterday. Look at Hades. Hades is a 60 to 80 hour game and worth every cent of that. There, it's only worth 2,400.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And then you'll get games on Game Pass there like I Am Fish. I ain't played I Am Fish, but that's going to be like 20k. Or
But that's a hard
silly
one,
shit.
right?
But yeah,
Yes, but
you need to
it's
play that.
probably not 20k hard.
It could be.
Mm.
We haven't played it.
The problem is with Iron Fish is you can pop an achievement very, very quickly, but they dry up very, very quickly. And a lot of the achievements in that game are hard on the harder scale of not only skill
Yeah.
but time. It's
Yeah.
skill and time, that game. You can't just put time into it and get all the achievements. You need skill and time for that game. Whereas something like Halo, other than the legendary stuff, which is also in Game Pass, but is if you play it or pay to play it, you can get achievements for most of
Yeah.
it.
Well, probably a better one to use then for this is Minecraft. Minecraft's not hard. You just jump in a world, you pop it, and that's. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah,
Beg your
but
pardon.
Minecraft is one of the most played games on Xbox. And when TA had the app, there was a hell of a lot of people. Well, I don't even know if they still got the Xbox app. A hell of a lot of people signed
Fuck,
up
that
to
is
TA.
a lot of people. 340,000 people have played the Minecraft Xbox version. Jesus.
That's
God.
and most of those won't be actively members on TA. They may have signed up to TA and gone, "Oh, hello, TA." It's the same with Halo.
Halo's got 300,000.
Yeah,
So
300,000
that's
people.
but so the point stands that I was originally making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like my point was right. Is correct then. Like
Yeah, but with Halo is actively most of the people that will play it will run through the whole campaign, and most of the achievements will come through the campaign. Whereas people that play Minecraft actively will just play Minecraft for shits and giggles. They will build a dick out of in dirt. They're not going to try and jump from the top of the world to the bottom of the world. And they're not actively looking but they will actively play the game on easy and try and get the majority of the achievements without actually getting the achievements. That's the difference between the two games, and most of them won't pop in Minecraft unless you put. If we were playing it naturally, it would take hundreds and hundreds of hours to do some of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and we'll tread carefully here because obviously no one wants to give away games or whatever they're preparing, but that's fine. But one of the things that I'm liking on the PlayStation side, because I said the differentials are so much smaller because of the field, is that if you do find a hidden gem, you have to be very, very careful because it's usually a hidden gem inflated because only 3 people in the world have bought it and played it. And so it's going to be fine as long as no one else finds it or plays it.
Wait, on PlayStation,
Mm.
does it not scale the same as Xbox?
Yeah, because if it was only 3 people that had played an Xbox game, it would be pretty much, and who'd finished it, would be pretty much a flat 1.
Yeah, that's right. So what you're looking for is perhaps like 2 people have played it. They played it for like 2 trophies and then fucked it off. Then if you finish it, you'll get a good boost is like 2,000. That's quite a good game on PlayStation. It's hard to get I know the higher games exist, but as you say, they're going to take up a lot of time. They're going to be harder. So that game, for example, I don't mind saying because we don't care at all, but I played this Crazy Athletics the other day, and now I think that was something like 3,000, so 2,000 kick above on the Xbox. The game takes like 90 minutes max, very easy game. I play it on the PlayStation. I think I get like 300 for it because there's only 3 people, and all 3 of them or 2 of them have finished it or whatever. So these differentials are huge between the 2 systems here. Now, I don't know whether that one will crash or not. Perhaps now it will, that I've mentioned it. But that game's been out for a while. It's not come out in the last week or 2. So there do seem to be a few games that are flying under the radar. And I suppose, without mentioning names, is that the case on the Xbox side, do you think, as well?
Well,
or not so much?
I'm sure there is. Like there's enough people that have done it competitively enough to know what they're looking for. There's obviously the big ones that everybody is doing, like Descenders because of the title update it got, and Surgeon Sim because it's super inflated and in Game Pass, and everybody knows those games. But I'm sure there's some, but they're not as good as those. So there are teams that'll be holding stuff close to the chest for sure. But in it's probably a lot easier to find them, the good ones, because you want to look. If a game doesn't have 3,000 TA, it's probably not worth looking at for preload in a way. Like there are some, but not many. So you've got a good starting point already. So it's not as I don't really know what I'm trying to say. I'm sure there is hidden gems, but it's a lot easier to find them. Probably is what I'm trying to say. There would be games that everybody are holding close to their chest, and whether they're good or not is another thing. But while we're still doing those Descenders and Surgeon Sims and things like that, we don't even need to be looking for others. So we're good. We're good for the moment.
Okay. Now, look, you opened the door on Descenders, so I want to, because I know all of you have played that or whatever else. Is that a hidden gem, or is it actually difficult?
That's just the best game on Xbox.
Yes, but it's a high diff. Is it because it's difficult, or is it?
It is quite difficult. It is quite difficult. If you're good at the game, it's not that bad. But even if you are good at the game, you can still fuck it up. It's very easy to fuck up and waste a full hour of your time.
But the thing is, there's you could preload, because that's what we're talking about, at least 3K in no time at all. Everyone could do that. Like the further on stuff does get harder, and that's kind of where
no time at all.
Oh well, a little bit of time.
Or in Descenders,
in Descenders,
or in no time. Is it? Okay, sorry. I was like, why haven't you told me about that there? But
no, I'm saying you could preload those first couple of tours in.
Oh yeah.
Is what I'm saying, and they're all about all about 1,000 difference. I don't know exactly, but roughly there.
They're all fuck around shit that
and you could just leave it there, and there's 3K in half a day probably. You don't have to keep going if it is too hard, because it is hard. For the most part, it's tough. Towards the end, anyway. Getting some of those harder tours are going to be brutal. I've had a look ahead, and and when you have a time limit, it's not a year-long comp, so time is at a premium. You've got to be careful. You don't want to sink too much time in if you're not going to get, the next tour done. So it's. Yeah, at this point, all the good teams know about Descenders. They've probably almost all got it done, probably because we started, really late. we're still, trying to catch up. So
I'll tell you one thing on Descenders quickly. What's brilliant?
go on.
Every single person that pops that makes my life easier because I've done everything in that game.
That's
So
wonderful.
everyone has powered straight into that there, blow all your loads, and I'll sit there and I'll be like, "Yep, thank you very much."
I don't know if you have this issue on the X. I'm not even sure if this is happening on the Xbox, but of course, the Laser League on the PlayStation, the servers are closing, and there's been a massive rush on that game.
Is that
I
why
think
everyone's been playing that lately?
I don't know if that's the same with
Yeah,
Xbox, but definitely
it's.
PlayStation.
I'm pretty sure it's the end, either the end of January or the beginning of February. It shuts down. Hence one of the reasons why Oriole's been smashing it off Rogue.
So they're looking for that game.
As long as he hasn't,
as
as long as he doesn't need to go and buy a wavy arm guy, he'll be right.
Let's hope people have that preloaded and have to pop it early then.
Yeah, that's right. Paddy, I've got to ask, you're doing your dive as well. How's this? Is it getting in the way, even though it's just for fun, or it's
No. I've just basically been going through Game Pass and diving games that I haven't played in Game Pass.
Inflating
to try, because obviously it's inflation. Yeah, inflate it further.
Doing your bit for the community.
Yeah. But I'm spreading the love between teams. Like I played Iron Fish, and I'm pretty sure Rogue isn't going to touch that, because I think it will drive him insane. But I know teams that have played it.
Spill the beans.
Fill the beans. No, I can't. I'm
meant to be a gank. This E1 is meant to be a ganker, by the way.
I am
meant to be a member of the team.
I am part of the team. That's hence why I'm telling you about the game. Go and do it.
You're not telling me.
I'm giving you the tools. I'm giving you the tools. Go and do it. Okay, Jimbot's done it. Go,
mate. You might be giving me the tools, but I'm like an orangutan. I don't know how to use those tools.
Oh, I was going to say you're more like a sloth, mate.
If I was a sloth, I wouldn't be able to absolutely drop score.
No.
What was it? Was it last month's one? It was like, how was it? I averaged over 10k. I've scored over 10k in 45 different days this year. I'm like a Lamborghini, mate. I'm a Lamborghini.
Different world, this GTASC though.
Different world.
Yeah.
I'm genetically superior.
I did want to add something regarding your competition, CJ, and against our competition. Is unfortunately the PlayStation doesn't have something like Game Pass, which is where a lot of the huge TA scores is coming from.
Yeah, but it doesn't also have the people.
That's right.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have the people, but that doesn't affect the score as such.
Yeah, but CJ should just walk into the win. He should just walk into a jacket.
I'm honestly thinking about buying a PlayStation just so I can say that I've won both competitions.
Well, you could easily, you could win the PlayStation side. Yeah. No. But I mean, well, there are people out there that don't think that, but it comes back to the problem is, as I said, I look at these scores on the Xbox here, 23,000, 21,000, like this whole page, everyone's over 10,000 on the first page, I assume. And they definitely will be by Monday or whatever else. On the PlayStation side, the team challenge for this week is to get 9,000 diff. Now, there might be three teams that will get that, unless somebody does something crazy. So it's all relative. The cutoffs are so much lower or whatever else. So, the 3,000 or 4,000 is like a really good score in a week for the PlayStation. 3,000, you'll get knocked out in the Xbox side, as I found out quite easily. But that's why these bonuses, and I think a lot of the people on the PlayStation side, they're chugging away. They're doing their turbo controller bullshit and all this sort of stuff, which is fine. Let them do whatever they so wish, but they're just slowly dying without realizing, because every week we just pile on an extra 3,000 in bonus, and this goes for X number of weeks. We won't say MEF to keep you safe there, and that by 3 is quite a lot.
Just that alone won't keep me safe.
I mean, just tell everyone it's a 112-week comp. Like
That's
it is.
The rest
it's a
of your
10-year
life.
10-year comp.
It's going to be a hell of a lot, but it's all relative. So, carrying something like 45,000 in bonus when a big week is 5,000, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, it sounds.
May I tell you why you're going to win this?
Well, because I'm playing with the biggest degenerate PlayStation
game
in the world.
I mean, because of bonuses. What you can actually do with bonuses. The year that we made the finals, when all the stuff happened, we got to the finals, and I feel like we had about 90k in bonuses. I had very little else. We needed everything else to get to the finals.
Yeah.
Who was the man down? So I think we finished third that year, basically just off bonuses, without anything else. And I mean, everyone was sort of done that year because what are you supposed to do? So if you can get these year bonuses, you've basically got one hand on the trophy already.
Yeah, I think that's very true on our side.
I think so too. Now that you've
definitely.
explained it.
I'd
Yeah.
argue and say you've probably got both hands on the trophy already.
Well, I hope so. But the other thing that I like too is, and to be honest with you, I know when we talked last time, you said that you guys don't focus on individual competitions, or you don't even do them anyway in this sense. And, you know, I was playing a lot of PlayStation the last few weeks, and I didn't really care about the individual side. But I didn't want to let the team down to get through, so I let that go. On the Xbox side, it's just easier for me, or whatever, with the time constraints or whatever. But that score of, like, and I know for you guys the 3,000 or 4,000 a week is obviously easy. You've got the games, but if you're just playing, like, you know, casually, that's actually quite a bit. Like that 3 or 4 I noticed as well. So
you get 500 in solo. You only get 500 in solo.
That's right. Yeah. Well, in the solo on the PlayStation side, 500 is an easy safe at the moment for the week. And the great thing is, like, I don't know when this recalculates, this site, but it seems to have a bad habit of recalculating on the True Trophy side about 6 hours before the end of the period.
It's about 8 p.m. our time, CJ.
Is it? Yeah.
8 p.m.
Oh, is it 8? Yeah. So about 6, 7.
Out
So you got to
now.
be careful.
Out now.
Yeah. If you're on the edge, don't you? But you guys obviously not.
And if it's a new game, it recalculates like
Quicker every day.
10 times a day.
Yeah, I think it's like the first month. I think it's the first month. I don't cite me on that. It's definitely a set period or a set amount of gamers. I can't remember. Years ago, I would have retained that information, but I'm getting older and not wiser.
That's it. Now, look, I'm always looking for angles to shoot. And one of the things that has pissed me off in the last week or so is that, and again, I know I'm talking about site differences or whatever else, and it's slightly on the bonus line here, but a lot of the bonuses are earned 20 of X type of, you know, achievement or whatever, like a shop achievement or whatever else. And the cool thing about Xbox or about the True achievement side is that obviously a lot of people have done whatever they need to do to flag a lot of games. So most of the games are flagged, even the newer games. Then you get over into the PlayStation and it's the same game. So it should be tagged as that. It is on the other system. Or even worse, the other stack from another region is tagged that, but this one isn't. And
They
so
don't auto stack? They don't auto flag? Like
no, it doesn't seem
That's
to.
absolutely absurd.
So, well, where I'm going with this is it over the line to contact the administrators of the event and tell them that it should be so you can qualify? Or is that just too far,
I think it just makes sense, doesn't it? It's absolutely stupid. If you're telling me just because the basically the people on PlayStation are lazy fucking bums, basically, that people can't fucking. I mean, if you've got 19 different versions of a game and 2 or 3 or 4 of them has been done, surely the other 15 they should all be the same.
They should.
You would think.
It just makes sense. Like, why make it harder for yourselves?
But you got to remember, there's hundreds of thousands of people on True Achievements. There's like 6 of us on True Trophies. So like, it's a lot of work for 6 people.
Both databases are like connected, I believe.
Well,
I don't know that they are, because there are games.
They're run by the same people.
They should be.
Yeah, but it has to be
They should be linked in some way.
Tagged. It has to be manually tagged.
That's the problem.
So, and unfortunately, there are more stupid fools on the Xbox side that are willing to help the site. Well, I want to say they're not stupid. They want to help the site grow, so they help by not getting paid.
Yeah.
By flagging things, and there's more people that do that, whereas there are less people on the True Trophy site, and so there's less people flagging because they're not doing it.
Yeah.
And they've also got more games. I know they're the same game, but they've got more games.
That's right.
CJ, is planting running the True Trophies as well?
No,
like,
it's
like the GTASC. Right. See,
2 randoms.
In answer to your question, if it was messaging planting about something like that, don't bother. He wouldn't help. But that's what. So I was going to answer your question like that, but maybe
Planting's not that bad.
No, but
It's not that bad.
He's not going to go, well, yeah, it should be tagged, so it's good.
Don't get me removed from the competition.
No. I'm not saying he's a bad dude. I'm saying he's not going to really help you like that. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not going to
angle shooting.
I still haven't got my 0 badge for winning the competition. Christ's sake.
Really?
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
I questioned him about this when you said it, and we've got the badge.
Yeah, but I'm not like you. I don't need the accolades. People know.
Paddy,
If
you've got your jacket on. You've got your jacket on a flag
I
hanging
got-
in front of your flag pole at the house.
I got 2 of them on different flags, mate, front and back. People know where I am when they come to Cov.
Didn't you? Hang on. This fucker here, right, was talking to people and giving selfies with people in movie theatres because they
It's
recognise.
not my fault someone came up to me and says, "Oh, you won the GTASC." I went, "Yeah." It's not my fault. You would do exactly the same. You'd go buy a bottle of champagne and hang out with the dude for the whole day.
No, I'd be like, sorry, mate, I don't do photos.
You'd be like, "Do you want a signed autograph?"
Talk to my agent.
His agent's his wife, by the way.
I've got to ask at this point, Meth, is it foreseeable that if you were to make it to the finals, if things fell in the way that they may indeed fall, it sounds like you guys know what you're doing, and you were to win again.
I think we're more likely to fall over.
Keep going.
Well, and you were to win again, and take the jacket and everything else. Yeah, hypothetical. Do you think Rogue's penis would just break through completely and destroy the site? Do you think he could handle another victory? Do you think the community could handle him having another victory?
I mean,
the community couldn't handle him if he had another one. But
would they rename the site?
What I will say is we've never won without Paddy. So maybe Paddy is the key to it all. That's what I've been thinking lately.
it's probably because he doesn't give us the information he used to give us, and he's abandoned us.
He hasn't abandoned us.
I've gave
Don't be
you
like that.
two games today. It's not my fault you're off busy talking to other friends.
I don't remember you saying anything.
Defenders and Surgeons him.
Fuck Surgeons him. I can't fucking do anything with the stupid fucking hands.
The glitch. Oh my God.
I've got a fucking. I'm in it trying to play co-op. I've got the man trying to come up, and the body's stuck halfway down the tunnel. I get him up, I pull the head off, or the leg off, or whatever, and every organ breaks. Every limb comes off, and I'm sitting there like, I've spent 9 minutes on this. And it's every single fucking time.
Turn it off.
I talked about it briefly before we came on air, and we had some friends at my house. And so we had 4 people all connected to my internet through Ethernet about 4 foot away from each other, and it was still janky. There is no way that game is easy due to the horribleness of you walking past someone and their arm falling off or their head falling off, or you go to stick in the blood transfusion and you miss the leg and you take it off. It's just horrible to play, which makes it even more fun when you're drinking.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Makes
it's a
it,
game.
yeah.
Isn't that the point of the game, or is it like beyond the point of the game? Like it's glitchy.
I think they've put it in there for shits and giggles. So I think you're right, CJ. I think they've done it on purpose just to make it funny, to make people rage. Because when
you get a fucking table, fly through a fucking room and just take everyone out.
Yeah,
that's so.
But if that wasn't in there, I think isn't there like only 12 or 13 levels?
The game doesn't even track. I'm getting messages of some rando that's messaged me like 19 times. I ended up having to block him on TA. He's messaged me like 19 times. How did you get the wins? I'm like, I don't know. The fucking game doesn't fucking work. I was shut fucking around on the fucking campaign, and it popped the fucking 10 win achievement. And I'm like, what is this shit? I mean, don't get me wrong. Normally I'd be like, fucking A. But like, it's free KTA. I'm like.
So what you're saying is don't play 9 games.
Basically, I used half of what Irish was going to score in the year. This is what I got to deal with. Like, my life's not stressful enough. I waste half of Irish's fucking preload in one go.
Irish listens to this podcast, right?
Maybe I'll put a fire under his ass.
Maybe he will. Maybe he will
We'll
start
have to.
preloading.
we'll have to extend the invite at some point to him to defend his name. I feel, but I was
It's on
hoping
right now. Let's invite him over.
No.
I was hoping that game would come up. Are
I'll
there
go
any?
off at him.
Are there any more ridiculous game stories that you want to throw out that you're prepared to throw out at this point, or has it been fairly smooth sailing?
Well, fairly smooth sailing, I suppose. Just it's tough. It's tough because obviously there's a few we don't really want to speak about because we don't know much about them yet. We haven't really done much co-op or multiplayer really. Like we tried the Surgeon Sim co-op. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through it. It's just too buggy. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I don't know if the game's going to even let us. And I don't know how hard those end levels are going to get. And if we get any trouble there, we're gonna. Well, you know what Rogue's like. Everyone's heard him. He rages hardcore. So
would you like me to fire you over a guide for completing it single?
I've seen that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just
Oh.
brutal. Like, fuck that. It's like see though. It's like every game we've went to. I've went to preload, for example. Like, has been glitched. I tried to preload Cricket 22, making cushy. I got to see it done. 7 of like every one of the achievements that are over 9 gamer score broken.
Yeah.
You're like, well, fuck Big Ant. Every game they make fucking broken.
Yeah, the Big Ant glitch. That's guaranteed, isn't it?
I mean, I should have knew better before I bought it, but I thought I'll give it. I roll the dice. It's bound to show because they fixed it by now. No?
Yeah. I like that they always come in at full price as well. They're a wonderful.
Yeah, and they're so fucking bad. And
but you know what you're getting.
Made.
You know what you're getting.
What about you, Paddy? Any stories so far?
Well, so far, not really.
You probably can't remember what you did last week.
I can. I did. Going back to hidden gems, it's the other way for Xbox. It's finding games that you can do in like 2 hours that have got you. Well, no, not even 2 hours. Maybe 3 or 4 that you can blast off a good 800 TA. They're my hidden gems. You know, the ones that you can just blast 2 of them off and then just concentrate on preload. Obviously, I'm not preloading.
Yeah.
The what was it? The fucking Pac-Man Championship Edition. I needed points so I wouldn't get knocked out in the solos. And that there was like 1,200 points in no time. And I actually meant your little get together last week. You couldn't remember that.
To be honest with you, we didn't really play a lot of Xbox. I treated my friends to a VIP experience at my local football club. We do yeah. Well, to be honest with you, my mate Two Names is a massive West Brom fan, and I don't want to bore people with it. And my hometown, Coventry, is like one of their sort of like rivals. Not really, but I do a lot of work for them. So I got a corporate tickets for 7 of us, and we went there drinking. Game started at 12:30. He was really happy because they won, and then we just drank all day.
Was it West Ham Coventry?
No, it was West Brom.
Yes, I mean West Brom Coventry.
Yeah, West Brom Cov.
Wasn't too bad for names then.
No, well they won with a stupid handball. Judas. And then we just drank and went and played crazy golf. And then another TA member called Jam Pound was very, very ill. Ironically, we only got through 7 of the holes before we decided it was the best idea to leave. Otherwise, Jam Pound's sick may have ended up all over the venue.
COVID-19?
No, not COVID. We were all COVID-19 secure, masks and whatnot, all down to the UK laws. We were very good. We got in a taxi.
Did you get tested and isolated until your negative result?
We don't have to do that there, unfortunately.
You do it just because you're a good member of the society.
No, we all did a lateral flow, which is a little test that you can do at home that basically tells you if you've got COVID, and we did that before. But all the people that I was with are all 2 are triple jabbed, and everyone else is double jabbed here in the UK. Well, through the group that I was with anyway. But I don't want to make people say, "Oh, you've got to get vaccinated." It's up to you. I don't care. Just look after yourself and don't be a twat.
I thought as long as you're a Tory, you could do whatever you wanted over there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were having their own parties and yeah, cheese and wine.
Yeah, you just got to
Cheese and
switch
wine.
allegiance. You'll be right.
I think
Yeah,
you made the
well,
right
yeah.
call, Paddy. You don't want to be vomiting while wearing a mask. I don't think.
Yeah.
No, well, no, you
Something
didn't.
to
The
look
thing
forward
is,
to.
if you're in a pub at the current time in the UK, you do not have to wear a mask.
Right.
If you're eating or drinking, you do not have
Yeah.
to wear a mask. But you have
Yeah.
to, or I think it may now you could walk around and do whatever you want. Now I think it's changed that if you walk, say if I go out for a meal with my wife and I go to the toilet, I have to put a mask on. But 90% of the people aren't doing it. So, just keep yourself safe. Don't worry about what other people are doing,
Yeah.
etc., etc. Anyways,
call.
we should be talking about games, not talking about
That's right.
COVID. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't play anything, Rogue.
Any stories or something we're talking about so far?
Oh, sorry, I do apologise, CJ. I lost. I started talking about COVID, and then I ended up losing my head like an idiot. Minecraft. It's screwing my team up. My teammates decided to play Minecraft. They shouldn't have done it. We were bleeding heavily, so that's the only story I've got. But
Don't
we're
try
not
and tell them
competitive.
what they can and can't play.
I've got a Minecraft story as well. I want to run this by you three because you've all played it. I've never touched that game. Well, that's not true. I got carried on one stack on the PlayStation, but I'll never touch it again. It's as boring as bad shit. I can survive without those trophies. But one of the guys on our team said, "Oh, CJ, you got to do this game. It's like a 1 hour completion." I'm like, well, fucking 1 hour, I could do it. That's full of shit, isn't it? It's not 1 hour.
Minecraft.
Base
No.
game's probably no. The base game's probably an hour now because PlayStation.
If you've got it all set
you
up,
can
it
go
probably
into the
is,
world.
yeah.
Can't you go into the world that's set
Yeah,
up
if you've
through
got it all
TA?
set up, you can do it.
Yeah, there's basically a world.
You can bring you can bring like your PC, your Switch, your phone,
So much
all
effort.
into the same game and do them all at the exact same time.
That's true.
Does PlayStation get the updates, the achievement updates, like the Xbox did?
It does. Yeah.
Well,
So they're very inflated.
It would take over an hour to do all of it, even with
Yeah.
the world. But yeah, it's not 40 hours.
No. Okay. Now, look, I know we don't want to mention specific games. This is a selfish question because obviously we've all played a lot of games in the past. We all have high scores. That also means we've also burnt a lot of score in the past. Any three of you, is there still plenty to play? I mean, you've taken a serious run at this competition before, Meth. Is there still plenty? Without mentioning names, obviously.
There's always going to be plenty. Like there is. There's too much choice probably. Like we're doing preloading the biggest stuff we can now, and I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. Yes, we've wasted a lot of stuff, but a lot of the stuff we wasted wouldn't have been good anymore. Like a lot of easy games, which don't count for anything now, and some of the preloads we did back then wouldn't have been as good for these comps, really. But some would have been. But other teams that are trying have also wasted a lot of stuff. So probably in a way, they've wasted more than us, probably. Because they've, a couple of them been doing it multiple years recently where it has already been TA difference. So I don't think we're going to run out.
Yeah.
I don't think you can run out the amount of games they're bringing out, but it's also this year as well. When we were doing it, we didn't have Game Pass.
Yeah.
And now, if you just played every game on Game Pass, you'd have like 180k preload.
Yeah.
Like,
Quick one for you guys to play. You've both played it. You've both got exactly the same amount of TA in it. At least 2 members of other teams have already finished the whole game. So not only will they not be able to preload it, Irish has finished it. So that makes you, Rogue, very happy because that means you no time to explain.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck off.
No, that's the actual game.
I'm not Sir Polygon.
That is the game.
I'm not Sir Polygon. I'm not Mr. Grandstaff. I'm not Mr. Gets banned from competition because he's a cheater and then goes on holidays on Thursdays in final week.
Well,
I'm not here to fuck over Crazy and Emerald Axie just because I'm a knob.
It's no time. Oh, it's honestly called No Time to Explain.
Yeah, we know. He knows. He knows, Paddy. He knows.
I've made the joke every podcast we've done about it. There's no time to explain about this here.
I'll have a look. How much can I get in it?
It's like 5,000 or 6,000 TA.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
4.5.
It's 4.5.
Pedantic at all.
You could preload.
All hats.
All hats, definitely. Finish the whole damn game.
Yep.
Um,
Sweet.
they're the two that you can technically preload,
Right.
and then the other ones you can just run through the last bit. That was it. No, that's the speed run.
Speed run.
And Mimes Indeed Run
Right.
and Greed Run.
Okay.
They're the ones that you could probably do in about half an hour to an hour
Sweet.
in the final. Go. Rogue said I wasn't being helpful.
Just gonna chuck out there quickly. When are we gonna start this dauntless
Dauntless.
boosting session preload tonight after this podcast?
Well, let's
tonight.
wrap this up first. We can wrap. So I hope you enjoyed that little musical interlude, listeners, while they strategized on how they're going to approach the next few weeks. Sorry we had to cut that out of the podcast. It was riveting, as always. But look, before we do wrap out of this topic, we're heading there full steam. We're heading into week 7. There's the family pressures, Christmas. Everyone's the tension is rising. Surely this is about the time the team could explode. Are we likely to see any hate messages flying, any deletions of friends on accounts? How likely
Irish,
do you reckon?
You are a cunt. Score more than 9k pre. Sorry, I was just telling you the message. What was that?
Rogue's my teammate. We get this every day. Like, coming into Christmas is no different.
When you've got to deal with someone ringing you up, I'm at work and I'm getting a phone call from a guy. "Ah, I don't know what to do in this game. I'm like, okay, explain to me what it is. Well, there's no guides for it, and I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, why don't you just play it on a different account and see how that there works? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I'm fucking. I can't help you. I haven't played the game. Fucking relax, mate. You're a big boy. Sort that shit out yourself.
How do you block people?
So look, I think it's safe if we start to wind up. Does anyone else want to throw anything out about this at this point?
Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Oh.
I'll be nice. I'll try to be nice. Merry Christmas. And a happy
Oh wait,
New Year.
I forgot to talk about what I wanted to talk about this week as well.
What's that?
You'll cut it. Well, I don't know. Will CJ cut it out?
No, you can go. That's
I wanted to talk about how fucking up and down my day was.
Mm.
And that
Really?
you guys don't understand. I mean, if you could see the mood I was in this morning, I wasn't turning up to the show tonight. I was not turning up to the show tonight. I was actually like, so it was in Top Shot, NBA Top Shot, the NFTs, right? And I got the Stephen Curry moment. I know none of you three understand this, but there might be some listeners out that don't understand. So I had the Stephen Curry moment set up, and it's an expensive. To put it bluntly, to finish it at the end was about 4,000 US. I didn't pay 4,000 US for it. I had all my stuff stocked up earlier because I thought we saw it coming. I fucked up yesterday and lost a $2 moment. So yeah, it was like the lowest poverty ass thing possible. Got a message at 4 o'clock this morning on Discord saying, "Oh, you're gonna need to fix it quickly. You've got 40 minutes." This was at 4 o'clock this morning. I didn't wake up till 7. Woke up, thought, "Fuck, here we go." Didn't want to go to work today. Felt like crying. All that there. Changed it over. Set it up. Just thought, there's a chance. But I was in a very bad humour. Sent everyone a message. I'm quitting the team. Don't want to play anymore. I'm in depression. La 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 la. About 11 o'clock rolls round. And it was in my account. And I was really, really happy again. My day's been very up. So I did a giveaway on my Twitter. If you're in NBA Top Shot, join over onto my Twitter and join the giveaway because they're 2 really good rare moments. And yeah, so my day's been fucked.
Sounds like from fuck up to luck box.
It was incredible.
Amazing.
It was incredible. I honestly couldn't believe that they gave it to me. And I mean, I deserved it because I had all the fucking moments. Like, I really didn't think I was going to get it, and I was actually like, I was disgusting myself. What?
Can they take it away from you?
I don't think so. Not after it's been
No?
opened. Not after I've got it. I
Okay.
can't gift it to anyone for a week, so I can't like get it.
I
get rid
didn't
of
know
so
if
no
it was
one
like a
can do it.
glitch. I don't want to make your day even worse than it has been.
No,
The roller coaster
because
they
I
glitch
remade
back
it.
out of your account.
Now he's going to be thinking about that
I
all
think it's
night.
like, at 4 o'clock this morning was at 4 o'clock this morning was the end of the comp. At 7 o'clock they did a scan to work out how many counts they needed to make. Mints, and I think what they must do, they must make roughly however many they make. and maybe 15 or 20 extras, just in case they haven't found them on their search. And that's what I think happened up, because like when I looked for 40 minutes to go, there was 575 completions. By the end, there was 618. So they haven't done 40 or 50 in the last 40 minutes. So I think that's what it was. It's sort of just they must have missed them, and they've just added them in. And where I've added myself back into the circulation, they've just thought, oh, we must have missed that one, and they sent it over. But yeah, I was extremely happy, and now I'm giving back to the community this week on Twitter. If you look at Rogue_1992, you can join in, and you can give yourself a chance to win a nice prize.
Well said. Well said. And Meth?
Yeah, I suppose just echo what Paddy said, and hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and safe New Year's period. And yeah, I suppose thanks for listening, and good luck with all the other people in the GTASC, and see you at the finish line.
Yeah, I think that's nice. And look, I'd like to thank you three guys. It's been wonderful to meet you this year. Now we're in like 6 months or so of doing this or something. And it's been really eye-opening for me as well to see the other side, to see how passionate you guys are, even though you perhaps have no games or whatever else. But it's been wonderful. Also, big shout out to anyone from the Push to Plat Discord that is listening along. I know you're all PlayStation gamers, but I know some of you make the effort as well. And also a big thanks to some of these hardcore Xbox people that I know are listening as well. Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time, but you tolerate it, so I do appreciate that. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, a great start to the new year. Perhaps in the early new year, guys, we can come together and do maybe a wrap of the year, if you like, because we didn't really talk gamer score and leaderboards today.
New
maybe
Year's Day?
games
Okay.
as well. Yeah. We'll
Paddy
do
can
that.
come. Paddy will be there. New Year's Eve his time. That'll be fine. He's got COVID.
In the
Because
new
of
year.
COVID, he
COVID,
doesn't
mate.
want. Because of COVID, he doesn't want to go out there and risk getting the disease for his family. So he'll be on the podcast that night.
Yeah. Good.
He's a good fella, that Paddy.
And Jim Bot, I'm coming after you. I want to know why I'm not in top 10.
And look, if you've made it this far and you're potentially gonna get knocked out in the next few weeks by these guys because you didn't prepare, or you just don't know what the fuck you're doing, like my team or whatever, just remember that it's just a game, it's just a race, as Lewis Hamilton would say. Have a great night.